Hey, what's up YouTube? My name's Matthew, and today I want to talk about Darwin's theory of evolution. There are two types of evolution. There is microevolution and there is macroevolution. So let's start from the beginning. In the beginning there was Gregor Mendel, and Gregor Mendel created the laws of genetics. And Gregor Mendel also created microevolution. So let me explain what the laws of genetics is. The laws of genetics say that things produce after their kind. For example, dogs produce dogs, cats produce cats, elephants produce elephants, right? And no matter how long they reproduce for, these cats will still remain cats, right? These dogs will still remain as dogs, right? So let's say that you have a group of 10 dogs and you allow them to reproduce over several millions of years. After several millions of years, those dogs would still be dogs, and those dogs would still be giving birth to dogs. Right? That's the laws of genetics. Sorry. So microevolution says that there are different breeds of dogs. See? There are different breeds of dogs, and this is true. And we can observe this. That's what microevolution says, right? Another great example would be humans. There are Asian people, there are people with dark skin, there are people with lighter skin, right? That's called a small genetic variation. A small genetic variation. But people with lighter skin are still humans. People with darker skin are still humans. People who are Asian, like myself, are still human. Right? So that's basically what microevolution says. And then several years later, Charles Darwin came along and he theorized about macroevolution. Charles Darwin talked about macroevolution. And he said that things were getting bigger and stronger and faster and, better. That's what he said. And, he said that our early ancestors were monkeys living in Africa. He said that our early ancestors were monkeys living in Africa. And one day, those monkeys decided to mutate into humans. Those monkeys decided to mutate into humans. Right? That's what Charles Darwin said. Now think about this for a second. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's ludicrous. And this is what Charles Darwin thinks. That somehow a monkey would just mutate into a human. That's impossible. And he completely disregarded the laws of genetics. And the laws of genetics say that monkeys will still be monkeys. Right? Over millions of years, for example, monkeys would still be monkeys, and those monkeys would still be giving birth to monkeys. Right? Things don't mutate and get better. Right? Monkeys are still monkeys. But he also said that everything was growing and getting bigger and stronger, and this obviously isn't the case. And we can't observe any sign of macroevolution. In fact, if you take a look at a pine cone, a pine cone actually used to be a lot bigger, right? If we scroll back several decades, pine cones actually used to be a lot bigger than they are today, right? So all this proves is that things are getting smaller. Things aren't mutating and getting better. Things are getting smaller. Right? And we can observe that. Humans used to be a lot bigger several thousands of years ago. See, so things are getting smaller. We're not getting better and evolving. We're not evolving at all. There are different races of humans, such as dark-skinned people, light-skinned people, brown-skinned people, right? People have different skin color, but we are still humans. We're not evolving and giving birth to another race of humans. We are still humans, right? I'm not going to give birth to an alien. No. Charles Darwin, you're an idiot. And you fail. You fail at science and you can't think rationally. You've completely ignored Gregor Mendel. And Gregor Mendel was a genius. At his time, Gregor Mendel was an absolute genius. And people actually liked Gregor Mendel. But then when Charles Darwin came along, everyone was opposed to Charles Darwin. And everyone said that, Charles Darwin, your theory of macroevolution is impossible. Right? So, in summary, that's the difference between microevolution and macroevolution. Here's a good analogy for you guys. Microevolution is like a frog jumping several meters. Macroevolution is like a frog jumping to the moon. A frog jumping to the moon, which is impossible. Right. So, in summary, microevolution says that there are different breeds of animals, but animals such as dogs will still be dogs over millions of years. Alright, over millions of years, those dogs would still be giving birth to dogs. And macroevolution, on the other hand, says that, over millions of years, dogs are going to give birth to cats, and dogs are going to somehow mutate into cats. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video, and I hope you've enjoyed my video. God bless you guys. Peace out.